Hello crafters and welcome to P2PCrafts Presents, brought to you by From Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft shows. Now I'm your host, Michelle Brown, Creative Director from Picture to Page, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media art and papercrafts community. Now P2PCrafts presents a whole heap of craft demonstrations with our talented retailers as long as some guest artists. So for all the details, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au where you can see all the season 2, 1 and 3 videos, as well as the links to all of our retailers, and continue to support them online. Now, while you're over at our website, make sure you sign up to our email list, because at the end of the week, we send a full list of everyone that we've had on, along with all their special offers, and also our email list of the people that hear the very first news before it gets released to the world. Now, whether you're watching here live on Facebook or you're watching a replay on Facebook or on YouTube, we would love to know that you're here. So pop in the comments, say hi, let us know you're there. And if you do have any questions, pop them in the comments as well, and we will do our very best to answer them. So today, P2PCrafts Presents Kaszazz with Jenni. Hello, Jenni.
I'm good, thanks, Michelle. How are you?
Oh, we're so pleased to have you here. This is Kazazz's first time with us today.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit.
I'm happy to be here. So yeah,
that's good. So tell us a bit about Kaszazz.
Well, Kaszazz is an Australian company that is based in Adelaide, and they have consultants all over Australia, and I'm one of those, and have been with Kaszazz for 11 years, I think now.
Wow.
So yeah, so our consultants, they can do they sell the products obviously, and they can do workshops and shows and everything. So it's a great company to work for. I really like it, and it's just recreated itself. So there's a lot of new changes going on. So we just have to, learn all those new changes and see what it offers to everybody. So yeah, it's good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And sort of how would you describe Kazazz's style and product range?
But look, they have a whole range of everything from stamps right through to mixed media things. Their collections, they have scrapbook papers and stamps that are in a collection, and they also have chipboard, stencils. That we have range of products in our range as well, and it's so many. It's a huge range of stuff. So. We have collections that are put out every second month, and at the moment we're looking forward to our new catalogue, which is coming out in 2 weeks' time.
Ooh,
so
that's exciting. Yes. So when you joined Kaszazz 11 years ago, was that the start of your crafting journey?
Oh no, no! I think I've crafted all my life, but I got interested in papercraft. My boys, when they were little, I wanted to scrap them, and so I started scrapbooking. I taught myself, so it was sort of self-taught and just looking at pictures and things, and it went from very basic, and then as scrapbooking evolved, I evolved with it, and I don't know, 11 years ago, I saw an ad in one of the papers for Kaszazz to join as a consultant, and she can hold classes at home, and I thought, oh, that would be great. I could do that,
Yeah.
And so it went from there. I met my upline at a show and decided that I would join and do it. And I teach classes from home, and plus in Chadstone at a community centre there as well. So it's fun. That's my love now. I love teaching. I love teaching card making, scrapbooking, mixed media. Mixed media is my next love,
Excellent.
Scrapbooking-wise, now it's sort of like travelling over to the mixed media thing. My boys are grown up, so I mean, not as many photos to scrap anymore. So, yeah. So
excellent. And so you must really be missing teaching the classes at the moment.
No, we're not because we're in lockdown, so we're not.
So you're missing the classes at the moment. You're missing teaching the classes.
Oh yes. Missing. Yes, sorry, I can't. Missing. Yes, missing. I am missing them. I have taught a few online, but a lot of the people, a lot of clients are older and they're not really wanting to do online classes, so which is a bit of a shame, but yeah.
It is.
Wait to get can't wait back until we can get back in and see people face to face. So yeah.
Exactly. But until then, we have this wonderful medium of the internet to reach people.
Exactly, yes.
That's right. So what are you going to share with us today, Jenny?
I'm going to do one of our chipboard creations, which is a Christmas tree. So we're going to decorate it and see how you can alter, different ways you can alter chipboard. This is just one way, but I'll go through, there's so many different ways of altering the chipboard. So yeah,
Excellent.
So that's it.
Okay, we'll let you get ready and we'll jump into it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Bye.
Fantastic. Well, hi Donna, hi Val, hi Julie and Margaret. It's great that you can all join us today. Now, we're really looking forward to Jenny's demonstration because, like we said, this is the first time that we've had Kaszazz on, and I do know that Jenny is an absolute gorgeous mixed media artist and she does some wonderful things. So it really is nice to, perhaps step out of the usual card making mold, although I do know that we all do love making cards, and it's a really good opportunity to see some of the different products that Kaszazz has. And of course, we are starting to turn our thoughts towards Christmas, and I think this is a good opportunity to make something a little bit different. So I will hand it over to you, Jenny. Take it away.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this is the little Christmas tree we'll be making today. It's really hard to do it sort of like sideways. It comes in a pack of 2. That's my doorbell. It's probably delivering something. Oh, so loud. Yeah, so this is how it comes in a pack of 2. So there's 4 actual chipboard Christmas trees with bases. So I haven't got a full pack at the moment, but anyway, we'll get started with it. So I'm just going to decorate it. So here I've done some embossing and that. So, and anyway, we'll get started. So first of all you need to do is just to poke out all your Christmas stars. And so that we can decorate our tree. So it's pretty simple to just pop them all out. And what I'll do is I'll start with one side, and then if we get a chance, I'll get the other side done so that we can pop it together. So, I'll just get that one. There we go. Oh, it's noisy today.
Always the way, isn't it? You want 5 minutes to craft and everything else happens.
Yeah. People are messaging me and oh my goodness, I just have to wait now. Nearly done. Oh, be careful of our little thing there. Okay, so we have all these little stars that we can use as well. So I've used them here to decorate the tree as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to emboss these. Now on this one I used gold. I'm going to use silver today just to do something different. And I have our, this stamp is from our Aussie, it's from our Greetings from Australia collection, and it's called Aussie, let's see what's called, Aussie Christmas Background. So what I'm going to do is ink it up with the Distressed Embossing Ink. And, well, you could use the dabber or you could use Perfect Medium if you want to, but I'm just going to use this one. So we're just going to ink it up. Now I'm using the stamp platform because if it doesn't work properly, we can keep it into things. So I'm just going to line it up so that it's nice and straight there. So if it doesn't come out properly, we can do it again. So then we just pop it down, put some pressure on. Yeah, it's pretty good actually, I think. So just go with that. And I'll pop that to the side. We have our little piece of paper and some silver embossing powder. So we're just going to go over, cover this.
Oh, what a great idea, Jenny. I hadn't thought of putting embossing powder onto chipboard before.
Oh, really? Yeah, we've even completely covering the chipboard is beautiful with embossing powder. I'll just show you this on this one here. This is covered in completely with the mixed, I think it's mixed media embossing powder. So, and I've just separated that. So they're both, that's whole embossed completely, both sides. So yeah, you can, it's fantastic. You can do anything with chipboard. I love it. I'll just pop this back in. And I will just heat this up with the tools.
Oh, we might just pop that on quiet while that's happening.
So when
No, that's not too bad.
you can see it changing colour.
Oh, I
That's
can.
when you know it's heated. So
I think that the heat embossing's what
pretty
made
quiet,
most
but
people just love stamping.
really done. Slowly, slowly. Okay. So you can see that it's completely done. Well, I think I've missed a tiny bit there. You can see that the difference, that it's a little bit not as shiny. Here we go. And what I've done is I've done them on one side, then the other side. Oh, I've done one, then the other, then I've done them on the other side so that you get that on both sides. What I'll do at the moment is just do one tree, one side of one tree, and see how we go with time. So, and show you how I do the stars as well. Okay, so how I'm going to colour them today, I'm going to use the Distressed Oxide inks, and that's how, so that I'm going to colour them and give that look of the colour behind it and a little bit of mottled look with the changes. Now, when this morning I thought, I wanted to change the colours up a bit, so I went through and I did some other chipboard that I had, and I did lots of different colours to see which, well, you know, all greens, but all different greens, to see which ones I liked the best. And it was one of these ones. It wasn't that one. I think it's gone. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, I decided on Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, and Forest Moss. It's a good way to check what colours you like.
Yeah, that's a great
instead of
idea,
just
putting it straight onto the chipboard and then making notes on the back so you can remember.
Well, that's right. If you don't like what it looked like, when I did this one, I did the darkest colour first and then the lighter colours over the top, and I thought, you can't really see it that much. So this way, and then on the bottom I did it opposite. So this time I thought, I'll have to practice before I do it. So, all right. So when we're doing this, I'll just start. I start with the lightest colour, which is the Twisted Citron. I'm just going to swipe a little bit on my craft mat here. And then I'm going to add some water, spray some water on it. And then it's just like, I'm sure most of you have done this with card making or even scrapbooking, just covering most of the background. We might need a little bit more. Let's see how we go. I think I'll need a little bit more, so I'll just wipe that one off. There it is. Usually I would just pop this in onto a card or onto a journal page, but today I'm just going to wipe it off. Okay. Oops, daisy. Here. Get the colour on as much as we can. still need a bit more. Let's see if I can wet it a little bit more. So, you can have probably more coverage if you want to, but I mean, really, it's up to you how much coverage you want on it. I'm just going to leave it at that, and then I'm just going to give it a dry. It's pretty dry, but I'm just going to dry it again. It's starting to come up nice as it dries. When you're doing this, try not to get too much on this part because this has to go into here. If it swells up too much, it won't fit into the hole. So I found
that's
that
a good tip. We always like to know that before it happens.
When I did the first one, I'm going, it's not fitting. I had to like cut away some of the hole. So anyway, you can do that as well. So the next colour we're going to use is, I think we'll do the mowed lawn. So this time we won't need as much. We probably still need a little bit, but not as much. Quite a big area. And we're going to, again, spray. But this time we're not going to try and pick up too much. We're just going to try and pick up all the raised dots, raised, bubbles, so that you can get that. Look, pretty. You can see the sort of, so you can just pop it where you feel like you want to see it. Yeah. And then wipe again. I think let's see how that looks. You get that oxidey look. It's quite pretty with the different
So when
colours.
you say oxidey look, what are you looking at, Jenny?
Well, see how you can see some sort of like I don't know, looks like watermarks, sort of like oxide when it's, well, I don't know how to explain it really. When you have like on metal and things you'd have that oxide look when it's
like a patina sort of thing.
Yeah. So that's sort of what we're trying to look at, sort of like a mottled look, so that it's not doesn't look like it's just one plain colour. It's got lots of different colours. I'm going to try the forest moss this time. See how we go and see how that makes it look. I think so far it's looking good, well, to me anyway.
Now I love how you've built it up with the different colours. It makes it really, it gives it, more interest rather than just a solid colour.
Oh, exactly. Yes, it's sort of like, oopsie, too much on that one. Too much water. Still too much. I probably put too much water on it, but that's okay. So, and it's starting to look good. So, and I'll just quickly wipe that one off. And there, it's giving it some depth and texture, I suppose, with the different colours. It looks more like a natural tree to me than to have just all one colour. I suppose you can build it up as much as you like. You could use as many colours as you wanted to until you get what the effect that you like. So here, see how it's more different colours through it. It looks quite real to me, sort of like.
And the silver embossing has worked as a resist, so it's moved around it.
Yeah. So you can still see the embossing through it, so it gives that look sort of like a tinselled look through it. So, so that's that one. Now I would do the other side, and I probably would have embossed them all first, but I just thought I'd try one to see how long it took us. If we have time, we can continue. I'll just show you how I do the stars, just for a tip. So we just get our, I use the dabber this time, so the embossing dabber from Ranger that's out now, which is great. It's good for chipboard because I did use this. If you're using this on here, you've got to dab it in, then get it out, and whereas with the dabber, you can just dab it on top. and it's quite quick. And then again with your piece of paper that fell on the floor. I'll just do 2 at the moment, and I didn't put the lid on that. Okay. And then pick them up. Now, what I've done, how I did this to save them flying away, is find my double-sided tape.
Oh, that's clever.
Just pop my double-sided tape down on here and take it off. And if you want, I mean, you could use tweezers to pick it up, but I'll just use my fingers, get rid of the excess, pop it on, get the other one. Probably easier with tweezers, but I didn't get them out, so pop that on, and then hopefully they won't, look, that one's good. Hopefully they won't fly away. They stay still. And they're done. So you could have, you could do a whole pile at once or one at a time. So, and then you would turn it over and do, once they're dry, make sure you don't put the double-sided tape on until they're completely dry. Otherwise, you might peel off the embossing powder. Mm. So, yeah, so you could do that. That's a good tip, I think, to keep the...
Yeah, that's a great tip.
I mean, I know when I was doing it, I'm trying to hold them with tweezers and things like that. There's got to be an easier way.
Yeah.
And I thought, let's try this. So so what I'll do is I'll keep going. I might try and do
just before you do, Jenny, Faye was just asking, what colour inks have you used there?
Oh, for these ones, I've used, as I said, Twisted Citron and Mowed Lawn and Forest Moss.
Right, and then the sentiment was in the embossing ink and then with the silver powder.
With silver powder, yes. I mean, you could do, in this one I did, the colours I used for this one were pine needles first, which was the darker colour, then peeled paint and lucky clover. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter what colours you use. As I said, I did a whole pile of different colours. It just depends on what look you want, and there's a lot. I mean, you don't even have to use green if you don't want to. I mean, there's all different coloured Christmas trees nowadays. So, I mean, really, if you've got a purple Christmas tree or a purple theme for your Christmas, you could do purples, I mean, there's no rules, which is what I love about mixed media and paper crafting and things. There's no rules. You can do what you like.
Yeah.
So.
And what was the embossing ink that you used? Is that a new one?
Oh, the dabber or the...
yeah, or both of them.
Well, this is a Ranger one.
Right.
So this is Distressed Embossing Ink, that Ranger, and they've just brought out this dabber. So it makes it really easy for when you're doing like chipboard and things like that, that it's to dab. And even for your stamps, you could dab, especially if you wanted to do a partial stamp. It's easier to dab than to use the pads. You can use Perfect Medium, which is, or even Versamark, whatever you've got really. That is, I think. I mean, even with if you were doing a different colour, you could the oxide inks or even just the distress inks you can use to. Because they're slow drying, you can use them for when you do embossing. So, I mean, it's as long as they're slow drying, and you wouldn't be able to use something like the archivals because they dry too fast. So, but anything that's slow drying is you can use to with your embossing powders. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hadn't thought of using the distressed oxides with embossing powders. I guess I always thought that wouldn't work, but I haven't tried.
If you're going to use this like something the same colour, it makes it a more vibrant colour, or you could use, if you only have like a clear embossing powder, so you could make any colour. So, I mean, if you wanted to do Twisted Citron as the thing, you would use Twisted Citron as your stamp, and then you would use a clear embossing powder.
Right.
So, do you understand?
Yes, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, so, I mean, so that sort of like gives you a bigger range of colours if you do it that way. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay, so how much time have we got?
Yeah, you've still got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Okay, well, I'll continue. I'll see if I can I'll do the other one first, and then I'll
show us
do
again.
I'll show you all again, so then we'll go through it again. I mean, I could do different colours if you wanted to. We could have a different coloured tree. But anyway, so just start again. So we go through poppy mine, pop our little Christmas tree on there, and I'm just going to ink up again.
I love the idea of Australian Christmas background. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know what the song is. I haven't really read it, but it's like a song. I think it might be. I don't know. I'd have to read it one day. But yes, we've got some beautiful in that Aussie. It's called Aussie Greetings from Australia. There's some beautiful stamps. There's the Australian animals. They're quite cute. Let's see if I can something. And there we go. Beautiful. So, I mean, if you only got a partial print, you could go back and do that again because you've got it on the stamp platform. And a piece of paper again. So then we're just going to go through each step. That in quickly. So if you use embossing powders on any of the chipboard pieces, like if you have for scrapbooking or something, if you have a word that you could use embossing powders on that to make it stand out a bit more. Might even ink the other side of this one up now so that I think I can do two at the same time. Yes. When you're using the embossing ink, you need, especially like the pads, you need to make sure that they're well inked up. So you need with your refills. So it needs to be quite wet.
And Jenny, Wendy's asking about your craft mat. Is that a Kaszazz one?
This one here?
Yes.
That's no, that's the Ranger one.
Right.
But we've now I think we stock Crafter's Companion ones. So this is a Ranger one. So we used to stock them, but I'm not sure why we've gone. Probably because we find it so hard sometimes to get Ranger products. But yeah, any of the craft mats behind, because they're heat proof and things like that, are great. So I think I have about 10 because I use them in class and everybody has a mat. So when I was making this originally, I embossed every side first because it was easier, and then I coloured every side. So but I'll just do the 3 sides at the moment. So we'll start again, and I'm just thinking, should we do a different? No, we'll do the same colour.
Let's do the same colour and get different results.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you will get different results because it's never the same. So going through, pop that one on as much as you can. Try and get as much coverage as you can on that first layer. Still missing.
Do you find it soaks in very much to the chipboard?
Oh, it does. It's like you can see how vibrant the colour is there, and on a card it's completely different to what it is. Trying to find a piece of card. So that's the twisted citron there. So I mean, if you pick it up, it's quite bright, where it's not as bright. I did try it with, like, if you painted it with gesso first, but it doesn't work very well. So I've done that previously. So it doesn't, because it can't soak into the paper. The oxides don't work as well if you've gessoed. So I'll just keep going. I might put another layer, and I've got to do 2 more, or 1 more.
Yeah, and that's a good reminder to try a few different things with your craft supplies and see what effects you like and how they work on different surfaces.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you try different effects to see what looks good and what looks. And I mean, the other thing is that it does give you different looks with the gesso. Especially on paper. I've done it a lot on paper. That it gives that sort of it gets into where the brush marks are, or sponge marks are. So it's a different look altogether. So yeah. So I mean, there's lots of different ways of using all your craft materials, isn't there? You know, it's different looks for different projects. So. So that's good coverage on that one. Okay, this one's pretty dry. Just a bit quick dry. And then we go to the next one, which was mowed lawn. Which I get both of them done with the one lot. Okay, wipe that off. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put both colours down together and see how you go instead of doing them one at a time. And the last one is Forest Moss. Happy? Obviously, you wouldn't waste all this ink. You'd use a card or something to pick it up with, but for this, we just have to wipe it up. We have still one side to do, but I won't do that now. So then the next thing, after you've done all your stars and that, you can either decorate them. You can put some of them back into the holes if you wish, or you can stick them on to other parts of it. When I did mine, I put it together first. So to put it together, you're just going to slide. So this is still quite damp, and I'd probably try and dry it off a bit more before I put it together. But I'm just going to quickly pop it in. So it just slides on like that. Now you can add some either collage material or glossy accents or something to keep it in place. And then I can tell you they're not going to work very well. And when I did the original one, obviously I coloured that as well. I won't do that today. I lost my little one. So you put the little one on first. And yep, I think I know put brown on there. It's not going to fit very well because it's got a bit damp. Anyway, so that goes. I'll just show you with the other one. So that just slides on, and so that it can stand up like that. And then you just decorate it with using a glue to put your stars on. And the other thing I use, I haven't used, but you can. These metallic threads, you could use those to decorate your tree as well. And you could just grab a bit, it looks like tinsel, grab a bit, and you could wrap it around if you wanted to.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah, so I mean, if you wanted to be able to pack it up and put it away for Christmas, but I probably wouldn't. I'd probably stick it and then put it with some tissue paper for the next year, because otherwise it's going to get, I think taking it apart all the time would damage it too much. So you could just wrap your tinsel around any way you wanted to, and then you have a beautiful Christmas tree.
Oh, lovely. Excellent.
So go on, sorry.
No, I was saying, okay, would you like to pop your camera back up and we'll have a chat?
I was going to show you a couple of other things.
Oh, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so this is another chipboard. This is a little gift box that you could do. This one's just been covered with paper. And just decorated that way. So this has been just with scrapbook paper and stamps and everything. So that's that one. And this is a little brag book that we have now. So I've just done this one, and every page is different. And it's, you can put photos in. And I see I've embossed here as well with little border stamps. And on this one I've used stencil to cover and just inks and things and paints. So every page is different and has a different technique on that one.
And does that kit come with the rings as well?
Sorry, what was that?
Does the brag book kit come with the rings to bind it?
Yes, it comes with the rings, and it comes like that. I think it's $14.95, but I can't really tell you completely. So the little box comes, that's the box set, and it comes and you can put it together. So they come like that. We have frames that you can do. The other thing we have is lots of different shapes, and for every collection now we're having a chipboard range that goes with the collections, and we have words that go with it as well. This is another exciting one, which is an advent calendar.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and I haven't made it up yet, and our paper, from our greetings paper, it actually has the whole thing that you can cover, so that like that, you could cut these out and put them over these, and it fits perfectly. So so there's that. So all right, well, I'll pop back up and we'll have a chat.
Okay. Excellent. What some lovely little kits. And I think sometimes it is fun to take your card making and paper craft skills and apply them to chipboard because it works in very much the same way. And then you've got some fantastic 3D things, some frames, and that advent calendar. What a great idea, because then each year you can just refill it. I guess the trick is not to eat all the lollies or chocolates in before you get to the end of December. That would definitely be the challenge at the moment, wouldn't it? Excellent. Well, Jenni, thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
That's okay, no problem at all.
Excellent. Now, if people want to get in touch, where's the best place for them to find you?
I've got my own Facebook page, so they can do that. They can message me through there, and I have a web store that they can buy direct through them, or they can just email me if any questions or anything like that, or message me on Facebook and that. So, yeah.
And get in touch.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you said the new collection was out in a couple of weeks.
In 2 weeks, yes, we have a new catalogue, which is quite new. Everything's all different and bright and cheery, and that, so 2 weeks on the 19th, 20th, the consultants get it, and then on the Monday it's released to the general public.
Excellent.
We have 2 new collections that are coming out at that time, and lots of products. So yeah,
Have you had any sneak peeks? Can you tell us anything?
Well, I did let a sneaky one in there. We are adding to our chipboard collection to every single collection. There will be chipboard to match and also stencils to match as well. So,
okay. Excellent.
So that's exciting. So it's good for both scrapbooking card makers and mixed media. So I'm excited about that. We've also had a few changes with our consultants, how it is perceived, how we can run our businesses. So yeah, that's exciting as well. So yeah. So I can't show you anything.
That's okay. We will keep an eye out on your Facebook page and make sure that we share it with our crafters as soon as we can.
Yes, if anybody wants to pre-order a catalogue, they can just PM me and I can do that for them. So yeah.
Get in touch with Facebook. Excellent. Well, Jenni, thank you so much for bringing Kaszazz to us today.
That's okay, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Okay, we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Excellent, crafters. So I hope you enjoyed that fantastic demonstration by Jenni. And as I said, I know that Jenni's talents do really extend into mixed media, and I love the way that she embossed that chipboard and then added all those colours as well, because sometimes I think we do get a little bit heavy-handed with one colour, and sometimes we just need to take that step back and add a few other colours to make it look a bit more organic or natural. So head over to Jenni's Facebook page. It's just linked near this video, and you can check out that upcoming collection soon. And of course, for all the details of this P2PCrafts Presents Kaszazz, as long with all of our other videos, head over to our website from picture2pageandbeyond.com.au, where you can see all of our videos, catch up with our talented retailers and guest artists, and really get some crafting inspiration. So this is Michelle signing off. We hope you have a crafty day.